Hello everybody, welcome back. It's of course Sport Federation TV. Every week we take a look at what's happening with sport in the Western Cape across the various federations who of course belong to the Western Cape Provincial Sport Confederation and the various districts. A lot of different sport codes. If you've just tuned in, this might be your first time. Well, tonight of course we are going to be talking about water polo and of course a number of other sports, including the Western Cape Karate Development Tournament that was recently held at Wynberg, and we'll catch up with Roxanne Clark from the world of tennis. But if you've been watching the show, you'll know, of course, that Western Cape Aquatics is on with us quite often to talk about swimming in the province. Water polo is one of the codes of aquatics. Lacy Mentz joins me now. She's from the technical committee at Water Polo. Lacy, welcome to Sport Federation TV. How are things there with you?
Thank you, JP, for having me. It's going great. We've had a very, very busy water polo season, but it's kind of coming to an end at the moment. But it's been a very busy year.
Well, Lacy, tell us a little bit about that. How do the seasons work in water polo?
Our season runs from about August to like end of March, and now we kind of start into the international tournaments.
Right.
So a lot of our senior players and some of our Western Cape players have been selected to represent South Africa at a few of our international tournaments. The most recent one was our under 17 boys team that went to the EU Nations Cup in the Czech Republic. They came in third, got a bronze medal, and 4 of the players were from the Western Cape. And then upcoming in about a week is the girls under 17 EU nations, and we also have 4 Western Cape water polo players that are on that team and representing South Africa and the Western Cape.
Tell us a little bit about the preparation for these type of events. I mean, you're talking about the under 17s that went to the EU to go and compete there. How does that work from a team selection point of view, team preparation point of view, before you eventually get there?
Well, there was a big tournament in Cape Town in December. It was the SA Schools tournament, national tournament. During that tournament, there were several selectors that were there watching all the players. And from that tournament, they selected a squad. And then from the squad selection, they select a team, the national selectors. So the selectors watch the players throughout different tournaments, throughout the school tournament league and their tournament matches. So, and then they select from that squad, they select teams to go. And then before each team leaves to go overseas, they have a short training camp together, and then they head overseas to play.
What about the preparation at home then, Lacy? I mean, you also mentioned that you had the under 16, the recent South African Championships. There was the under 16 national camp also at Redham in, or is that taking place now?
Yeah, that's upcoming, the last weekend of this month, so the 29th. That is a 16 squad that was also selected at the SA Schools tournament in December. So they'll be bringing those together to select a team for an under 16 World Champs tournament that will be happening in Greece, I believe, later this year. It's the first time that FINA has had an under 16 World Champ, so it's really exciting that we can possibly send a team. COVID has been really difficult with tournaments and scheduling, and things have been canceled and teams haven't been able to go and players haven't been able to go. So we're hoping, keeping fingers crossed that all these teams are able to go, and that we continue on a normal path toward sport being like what we used to know.
We know that we're speaking to you out of the Eden area at the moment. We believe that you've got load shedding. I think that's one of the reasons why we're a little bit jumpy today, but we hope that our viewers will have a bit of patience. As long as we can hear you and see you, that's fantastic to talk to you. But how are we doing as the Western Cape? How are we competing against the other provinces? Who are the top front runners?
Well, we just had our SA Senior National Water Polo Tournament. Just took place the middle of March in East London. So the Western Cape sent, for the men, we sent, I think, 4 teams. It was Sachs Old Boys, Rondebosch, UCT, and Mati sent teams. And the Sachs Old Boys won the tournament. So that was very good. They had a few of our Olympian water polo players on their team, so
wow,
that was great. Lacy Mentz, who was the captain of the Olympic team, was on the Sachs Old Boys team along with Devin Card and Tim Rezelman. Hope I haven't left any of the Olympians out. And then in the ladies section, the Western Cape sent 3 teams as well. UC sent 2 teams and Mati sent 1 team. And then we also had a junior curry because under 18. And the Western Cape sent 2 men teams and 3 ladies teams. And in the men's, they medaled. They got a bronze medal, and in the lady, it came 4th. So, but we did. Western Cape had a really good showing at the national tournament, so it was really good.
Oh, that's fantastic. I don't suppose it's got anything to do that with the fact that we're on the coast, that the water is. But that is really fantastic, Lacy. I mean, you've got Olympic athletes there. You've obviously got clubs that are doing really well. That's really good. What comes next for you guys? You say you're going now towards the end of the season. You say now it's international preparation.
Yes. For the seniors, our seniors, including some of those Olympians, they are preparing for World Champs, which will be in Hungary this year. So that's the next big tournament. We also have senior EU nations, which they will also be going to. So that's for the seniors. That's what's up next.
Right.
As far as our Western Cape, we the winter training still continues, but the tournaments will start again probably end of August, September, with the school tournaments, and then and then we're very busy until end of March next year. So so we have a little bit of a break in the local scene, but all the players usually continue with winter training and club training throughout until tournaments start again in September.
Lacy, we'll leave it at that. It's been great chatting with you. Fascinating to find out how well the water polo is doing. Obviously, Western Cape water polo is shining. I mean, you've got Olympic athletes, you've got athletes going to world championships. It really is great news to hear water polo is doing so well, especially considering how difficult things have been for the last 2 years. But yeah, well done to you and the team. We look forward to talking more about water polo and your athletes, and of course, guys like Lacy. And that we'll say thanks to you for chatting with us.
Thanks, JP. Appreciate you having us, and look forward to talking to you again.
There we go, folks. Lacy Mentz, she's head of the technical committee for Western Cape Water Polo, which of course forms part of Western Cape Aquatics. So really good news there for sport, and finding out that our athletes are doing so well. Western Cape athletes are shining. Clubs, athletes on the way to World Championships, men's team, women's team, juniors. So yeah, well done to Western Cape Aquatics, and we will keep following their progress. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll carry on talking sport in the province. Back in a sec.